All right, let's talk about the kitchen debate. Now, the kitchen debate is going to happen on July 24th, 1959, and this is going to be a portion, kind of not really even planned at all, but a portion of the American National Exhibition in Moscow. Now, this was done to show off American life to the USSR. Previously, the Soviets had done the exact same thing in earlier 1959 in New York City, where they showed off Soviet way of life. And I believe Khrushchev came to that one, did the same kind of thing. Now, as you can see in this picture right here, this is going to be a really kind of pivotal moment in the Cold War, because remember, the USSR is a communist country. They don't really have any influence of Western countries at all. Now, Vice President Richard Nixon is very good friends with the CEO of Pepsi. He's going to bring him along on this trip, and he's going to bring Pepsi and actually give it to Khrushchev, who finds out he really enjoys Pepsi. This is going to really culminate with Pepsi trading the Soviets for military ships later on the end of the Cold War. But this is not going to make Coke happy, as you can imagine right through here, because Pepsi is the first company, first American company to really get a footing in the Soviet Union, which is not even possible at all this time period. So it's going to happen first and foremost. So this is going to be sending shockwaves really through the American and the Soviet world at this time period. But then it's going to escalate with the kitchen debate. So it's going to be a series of conversations between Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev and Vice President of the United States Richard Nixon. This is going to really catapult Richard Nixon's popularity as well, allowing him to nearly defeat John F. Kennedy in the election in 1960. Now, both leaders are going to tour samples of a home that any American could afford. So they're going to have this mock setup of just a traditional 1950s American average home that any American who has a job and is working can't afford this type of home. And this is going to be a way for the United States to try to show their superiority. This is what any American can do. This is why the United States is better than the USSR. This is why capitalism is better than communism. We have this. You've only got these measly little things. It's going to be showing things off like a color television, different things that really were not popular or even prevalent at all in the USSR at this time period. And this is going to lead to a debate on which country has the better way of life. Nixon's going to be selling it. Well, here in the United States, we have this, we have this, we have this. You don't have this. Why would you want to live in the USSR and have this when you can have this if you're in the United States? We clearly have it better. And Khrushchev's going to counter that. No, you really don't. We have it better because of this, this, and this. Now, these are going to be televised in both countries and broadcast in both countries. And it's going to lead to a real positive reaction for both leaders. And it's going to show that the United States and the USSR can actually have a dialogue with one another and can find some positive growth and room for communication and room for working together at this time period. Additionally, this is going to really help Nixon's popularity. He is the vice president at this time period. The 1960 presidential election was the closest presidential election in American history up until this point. So you can see this is going to be really influential for Nixon as well, and going to influence some history going on for there. So that's the kitchen debate. Questions, comments, put it below. Otherwise, see you later. Good luck.